Thank you so much for being here with us this morning. As you just heard, Mayor Demings completed his 2025 Orange County State of the County Address with the theme Building Better Through Efficiency. It was all through the speech. The mayor will talk about that and why he chose that theme in a moment. First, I'd like to recognize our county commissioners who are here with us today. From District 1, Commissioner Nicole Wilson is here. District 2, Commissioner Christine Moore is here. From District 4, Commissioner Maribel Gomez Cordero. District 5, Commissioner Kelly Martinez Simrad. Good to see you. From District 6, Commissioner Mike Scott. Did I miss anybody? He's on that side. Shuffle the deck a little bit. It's all good. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the man who just delivered our address, Mayor Demings. Mayor?
All right. Thank you all for being here once again and helping us to tell our story here within Orange County. I'm joined by my colleagues, obviously. If you have any questions for any of us, we're prepared to respond. So with that, why don't we just open it up? Are there any questions?
Mayor, you mentioned during your presentation, obviously, some of the major accomplishments of tourism when it comes to the universe opening. What's the outlook like for Orange County for travel for the rest of the year? And is there any concern that federal policies might shape the travel numbers in terms of how many people end up visiting Orange County?
Well, with the travel bans and some of the other immigration decisions that have been made with the various executive orders, we really don't know how it's going to impact our international visitation, but suffice it to say that there will be likely some impact on us. We believe, however, that our tourism numbers will continue to be strong based upon the hotel bookings. As we move closer into the next year, we'll have to see if those numbers continue to remain strong, but our TDT revenues are a good indication of how we're doing, and we've had some record-breaking numbers recently. Other questions?
Just as you mentioned, you were talking a little bit about building better through efficiency. Tell me a little bit about why you chose that theme and where it really came from.
I chose the theme for several reasons. First, I do believe that Orange County government is going to have to do more with less. And I base that upon the fact that our federal government has created this Department of Government Efficiency, which is going to force every subdivision of our nation, from the states to the local governments, to likely reduce their budgets because of cuts in federal funding. But then secondarily, here within the state of Florida, the state has now created its version of DOGE, and they're saying that they're going to likely reduce the state's budget. Of course, the legislators and the governor have yet to finalize the state's budget, but all indications are that we're going to see some reductions in taxation. And then at the government level, I think every government should look to improve how it does business and become more efficient. So we have challenged our entire departments, divisions, and subunits within the county to take a look at their budgets to ensure that we are spending the taxpayer dollars in the most efficient ways. I believe that Orange County is a good local government. We strive for perfection, but we're not there yet. So we're trying to improve on our efficiency. So that was a theme that I want to interwoven in what we are doing as a Board of County Commission, and trusted with doing the people's work here in Orange County at a reasonable cost.
Now, Mayor, to take that the next step, can you enlighten us as to what plans you may have for the future of Orange County and where you could find some more, efficiency?
Well, I talked about different areas where we're looking to improve and get additional efficiency within our operations. But I believe that by using technology, we'll be able to leverage the human capital that we invest in and rely more on technology to help us become more efficient. So one of the key themes was all about artificial intelligence. We have a sizable group of individuals who work within our technology units that are looking at emerging technology, looking at best practices, and we are re-engineering our processes to make sure that those processes are more efficient. We're doing that through the leadership of our county administrator, Mr. Byron Brooks, who's here in the room, all of our county staffs, and that is the hope and the vision for all of our commissioners as well, that we keep, in order to keep the tax rates low and not increase tax rates, we have to look for efficiencies. Okay.
Mayor, you mentioned sports as well during your presentation. Obviously, a lot of existing sports here. There's a push right now for the MLB team on county property. What's the latest on that? Has that group approached you at all in recent weeks to chat about that potential property or ways forward on that project, or is that something that's a bit high in the sky right now?
In terms of the prospects of having a Major League Baseball team in our area, it's something that is worth having a conversation about. Yes, I have been approached by different ownership groups. It's really more than one. And so at this point, all of those conversations at a high level. But in order to get down to any seriousness, there has to be some very specific plans, financial plans that's presented. Those who are talking about bringing Major League Baseball to our community at this point, they are not prepared. They don't have details. We haven't sat and had any specific conversations. Our Board of County Commission has not really had a broad conversation about it because it's premature at this time. It's just a vision, it's just a dream right now for some to bring the dreamers to our area. I don't believe that at this time, with what is happening with the Rays over in the St. Petersburg, Tampa Bay area, that's really not resolved yet. And so we don't know if that team ownership will be able to move that team somewhere else or not. That will have to be approved by Major League Baseball and the commissioner. I've had conversations with different people within the league itself. And so we're still quite a distance away from any type of real conversation about that for our community. So I want to be really transparent with our community about that. It's just high-level conversations that are occurring at this point. In order for that to become a reality, we will have to negotiate with a team ownership group about not just coming here, but how they will help us to improve our community through community benefits. That's a negotiated process that we will have to be intentional about. We don't want to just create the opportunity for billionaires and wealthy people to come in and make money, but our community not make money and thrive as a result of that investment. Those are conversations, quite frankly, that have not been had at this point.
Question right there.
No, that was my question. Sports.
Major League Baseball.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
there's a protest planned with folks out of Claremont pertaining to the Sawgrass Boulevard connection. I was wondering if there's any way with that connecting Lake County to Orange County.
At this point, there's no connectivity to Orange County from what is happening over in Lake County, centered around that. Commissioner Wilson has some thoughts about it. Yes? Yeah. No, all right.
Thank you.
Please.
And actually, before I get there, I do want to respond to the efficiency question because in Tuesday, and this is something that is applicable also to our roadway network, we adopted the updates to both our code and our comprehensive plan. And the greatest way for local government to become efficient is to have a good comprehensive plan and an operational code that makes sense and one that is responsive to today's population. And that's what happened on Tuesday. In regards to Sawgrass Expressway, which is, of course, Western Way or Fleming's, it's all kind of one road right there. That was part of a private-public partnership with 16 individual private entities that are part of that roadway network. So it's a very complex agreement, but it's in place, which means it's going to happen. As it comes to private property rights, government doesn't always have all the access, all the availability to do things on a dime. But they are happening, and that agreement is in place, and I believe they are required to start construction within the next 2 months. So, and that is, there was an opening at some point, but that was trespass. So people that were cutting through there didn't have permission by the owners to cut through there. So that's something that we want to make sure people are not either getting hurt or falling, into a trap where they may have trespassed on private property. We do have also connections on New Independence Parkway. that will be coming in the coming months, and that one actually, it's going to be a tight call on which one makes the connection first, and then of course on Schofield Road, which will be improved in the future.
Mayor Davis, one of the numbers that stood out to me is that 82% of those low-income residents are burdened by their cost.
Yes.
One of the things I want to talk to you about or ask you is just what the county moving forward with building better efficiently with cost fundings being cut moving forward seems to be. How is the county going to try to address that as it continues to rise as the years go on?
Well, we're trying to address that through really 3 different ways. I don't think that we can solve the housing crisis without also solving the transportation challenges that we have as a community. But then we are diversifying our economy by trying to attract high-wage types of jobs into our community. So modeling, simulation, and training types of jobs, other innovations are coming into our community. We are working with our higher education institutions to prepare that pipeline of individuals, the talent that will be working in the aerospace and the space exploration area. But we're also working with Career Source of Central Florida. We're working with some of our technical schools and colleges to make certain that we're providing the skilled labor that can go into higher wage jobs, and Orange County is investing significant dollars in those areas to make sure that our community continues to thrive. And then reducing the cost of housing. This is why we have made a commitment over a 10-year period of time to allocate at least $160 million to building affordable housing units within our community. We're doing that. We highlighted that in the State of the County today about how we're partnering with the private sector to build affordable and workforce housing. So if we bring the housing costs down for those who are low-wage earners, effectively that gives them more discretionary income to do other things with. If we improve their skill sets through education, we're able to uplift their ability to earn a greater amounts of money. We highlighted one of our employees today who has done just that. So we're modeling that in everything that we do as a county with our own employee and how we invest the available taxpayer monies that we have.
One more question.
All right.
One more.
Mayor, just I know the code changes were mentioned before. How important is that to kind of managing the growth in the county and figuring out where is the best place for development? Obviously, I know over the years the county has massively grown the population.
Well, Commissioner Wilson is right, and thankfully, the overwhelming majority of our commissioners supported the new code, Vision 2050, and Orange Code reviews because what we're doing by doing that, we're building smarter, okay, and how we build communities to make certain that we have different housing types in the different sectors of our county, and they have access to things like transit within those areas where we are connecting them to other areas of the county through transit hubs. We also are doing that by making certain that we have workforce housing closer to where they're going to work. The partnerships that we highlighted with Catch-A-Light Crossings, which is a partnership with Universal Resorts of Orlando, and even the partnership with that is with Disney. We are trying to create incentives for developers to build closer to the job centers so that people don't have to travel long distances. And if we can cut their cost of transit, that effectively gives them more discretionary income as well. So all of that is happening within our county. We tried to talk about all of that within today's State of the County to demonstrate how we are building better through efficiency. And so you saw there at the end where we had the Universal Beat Builders involved. So that was part of the theme, if you will, that worked into what we're talking about doing as a community. So thank you all again for your presence here today. We appreciate the stories that you will do. Hopefully this is something that is viewed as positive positive change that is going on within our community. There are so many negative things that happen, but we try to reflect on what is positive about Orange County today. So thank you all again.